أهلا بكم مشاهدي أخبار الآن. نتابع وإياكم مجريات الغزو الروسي لأوكرانيا. معنا من لبنان السفير الأوكراني إيهور أوستاش. سيد أوستاش، بداية أهلا بك في أخبار الآن. سؤالي الأول لك هو كيف يمكن أن تصف ما يجري اليوم في أوكرانيا، أو بالأحرى ماذا يمكن أن تقول عن الغزو الروسي لبلادك، وأنت كنت في كل محطة تقوم بنقل ثقافة أوكرانيا إلى اللبنانيين وإلى العالم أيضا.
It's unbelievable. I did never expect such scenario because Ukraine is a very peaceful country. We never attacked our neighbors, and we are ready to make all possible solutions by diplomatic way, in peaceful manner. But from cultural point of view, I understand that this is Putin's war against Ukraine. And I can't even explain you why, because it's a long story. I call it like a lot of battles between Russia and Ukraine started from 2004. And Putin lost his first battle during the Orange Revolution. The Orange Revolution actually was aimed to stop this so-called pro-Russian president candidate Yanukovych with fraud and a very serious problem for Ukrainians. And Ukraine that time said to Putin, no. It was Orange Revolution. And second revolution, it was revolution of dignity. The same situation when Putin tried to stop the accession, the way of Ukraine to the European Union. And that time he paid $3 billion of credit to Yanukovych to buy Ukraine. It means that it was price for Ukrainian freedom, Ukrainian liberty. It means it was second battle which Putin lost. Unfortunately, a lot of Arabic experts and journalists, they say about the war between Russia and the United States, Russia and NATO, but I can tell you, for me it's clear picture. It's Putin's war against Ukraine.
سيد أوستاش، يعني كمسؤول أوكراني اليوم، هل لديكم معلومات بأن هناك فريقا لبنانيا معين قد ينخرط في الحرب الأوكرانية إلى جانب القوات الروسية؟
No. My answer is no. First of all, Lebanese people, they were in the same situation. They suffered a lot. I can now compare Beirut and Kiev, and emotionally, Lebanese politicians, even Lebanese government is on our side. You know that Lebanese government issued very special statements which condemns Russian aggression, and it was, as I mentioned, it was written by Lebanese blood of many Lebanese people who fought for freedom, who fought for the independence, and even for families and villages. The same situation now is in Ukraine. We also fight for our freedom, for our independence, and I'm sure that most Lebanese people now feel this solidarity with Ukrainian people. And even after the Minister of Foreign Affairs, this statement was reiterated by Prime Minister, the President of Lebanon. It means that it was very strong support for us, and we never expected that even Lebanon will vote in frame of the United Nations in favor of Ukraine. And it was very strong message to all Arabic countries. And I can tell you that Arabic countries played very different games, or they had very different positions. But now it was anonymously, it was consolidated position of League of Arab countries to vote in favor of Ukraine against of Russian aggression. And it's actually, Lebanon was like first one Arabic country who stood with us, stood next to Ukraine.
ذكرت أن هناك دعما كبيرا لأوكرانيا في لبنان. بداية ما هو حجم هذا الدعم الداخلي في لبنان أقصد، وكان هناك جدل واسع حول البيان الذي صدر عن وزارة الخارجية اللبنانية الذي يعني يدعم أوكرانيا في مواجهة هذا الغزو الروسي.
Yes, of course. I'd like also to talk to Lebanese people. You know, I met during the last days a lot of Lebanese, and they strongly support Ukraine. You know, Shia, Sunni, Christians, all of them are against the war. It's not a way to, in 21st century, it's not a way to make some decisions. There is a chance to talk in peaceful manner. There is a diplomatic chance for diplomatic work. But in 21st century, it's unbelievable. And I know that Lebanese people, mostly, they are against war, against aggression. And even I know that only one position of Hezbollah, it was about neutral position in this situation. It means that there is no chance now to involve Lebanon in military operations, Russian operations in Ukraine. I know that mostly Lebanese people will stay with Ukraine.
سيد أوستاش، دعني أصوب سؤالي أكثر. هل لديكم معلومات لناحية احتمال انخراط حزب الله ذراع إيران في لبنان بالمعارك بالحرب الروسية على أوكرانيا؟
I'm following the position of Hezbollah, and for this moment I don't see any problems with involvement. And even Iranian position is also very clear. Even Iranian Ayatollah also made a statement that they are against the war. It's a very important message for all, for example, for all Shia community in Lebanon. And I have some intentions to meet Shia leaders, especially I'm planning to meet the president of Lebanese parliament to talk about the situation, and some politicians from Hezbollah political party. I'm sure that it will be neutral position for Hezbollah in this situation. And I feel very strong support. I received a lot of messages, a lot of letters from Lebanese Shia. It means that I feel this support from all possible communities in Lebanon. And now we are trying also to collect humanitarian aid. We organized a lot of charity for Ukraine, and I'll tell you, we collect a lot of things for Ukrainian refugees, for Ukrainian army, especially from ordinary Lebanese people. They came to the embassy and they brought some things for Ukrainians, and now we are trying to send the next portion. It will be 10 tons of humanitarian aid for Ukrainians via Poland. It means even on this level, the ordinary Lebanese strongly support Ukraine.
طيب سيد أوستاش، تذكر أن موقف حزب الله ربما حتى الآن محايدا فيما يخص الحرب الروسية على أوكرانيا. فيما لو كان هناك انخراط محتمل في تلك الحرب، هل تدعو حزب الله أو هل تقول لحزب الله رجاء عدم المجيء إلى أوكرانيا وعدم الانخراط في الحرب الروسية على أوكرانيا؟
I don't see any precautions. I don't see any movement on such direction. There is no any even sign of involvement, and I carefully follow the position of Hezbollah, and for me it's now very clear. They are in this neutral position, of course, and I hope that they will stay neutral for the whole Russian aggression in Ukraine.
كانت هناك معلومات سيد أوستاش بشأن دعوة روسيا للسوريين للانخراط في الحرب الروسية على أوكرانيا. ما هي المعلومات التي بحوزتكم بهذا الصدد، وماذا يعني أن تدعو روسيا اليوم السوريين إلى الانخراط بتلك الحرب؟
It's already there is an attempt of Russian side to invite a lot of Syrian fighters, and there is a number even about around 20,000 Syrians. But it's very strange for us. First of all, it's very hard for Syrians to fight in Ukraine, especially in such winter conditions, and it's a very serious challenge for Syrians. And today our embassy issued very special statement. We condemn this attempts of Russian Federation to involve Syria into this conflict. And from my point of view, it means that Russia cannot find real support from civilized countries. And only one way to ask the country which is now under control of Russia, to ask Syrians to fight for Russia, and I can say that it's very clear picture. Nobody in this civilized world supports Russia, and my feeling is that Syrians are not so happy with such proposal because they know about this war a lot, and this already, I hope, knew about serious losses of Russia, which is over 12,000 killed soldiers, and it will be not so easy walk in Ukrainian fields. And I'd like also to talk to all Syrians which now are maybe on the next side of this screen, that please fight for Syria. Please do not give a chance for Russia to involve Syria in this bloody and very unfair, very serious Russian aggression.
سعادة السفير، الروس اليوم موجودون في سوريا، وهم كانت لهم اليد الطولة في دعم بقاء النظام السوري إذا صح القول. هل تتخوفون أنتم في أوكرانيا من سيناريو محتمل ربما من تحول أوكرانيا إلى بؤرة حرب مستمرة أو مفتوحة في أوروبا؟
It's a very serious question. Of course, we are talking about democracy and about autocracy. Russia is very clear picture. Take a look. Putin is in power for 20 years, and it's a real totalitarian regime now in Russia. In Ukraine, there is opposite situation. For last 30 years, we had 6 presidents. You can compare our young President Zelensky, which is a real hero, which fights every day, and he's in Kiev on the streets even of Kiev, and he is with Ukrainian people. Russian president now, I'm sure he's in bunker, and he has a lot of problems now with Russian people, because I'm sure that he had stolen Russian future from Russian people. It's a very serious problem now he will face in Russia. At the same in Syria, he made for Syria long years of very serious problem. A lot of refugees. We now even in Lebanon feel this problem is Syrian refugees, because almost 2 million of Syrian refugees now are located in Lebanon. It means that it's of course it's question of so-called totalitarian regime. It's question of from my point of view, it's very important for Syria, and I'm sure that it will be done maybe after even this Ukrainian war, Russian aggression in Ukraine. I hope that Syria will be different. also Syria will be some changes in Syria. And my dream is for Syria that they should, all Syrian people together, they should decide their own fate and at least to make free elections and to elect a new president, new government, a new parliament for Syria. It's really a very sad story of Syria, and mostly it's also, we can say that Russia did it in Syria for Syrians.
سيد أوستاش، هل هناك من تواصل أو اتصال مع السفير الروسي في لبنان؟ هل هناك من لقاءات بينكما؟
Mostly we communicate on the pages of informational war, I can say. And I'm very, I cannot understand the Russian diplomacy. They are professional people, but now it's unbelievable. They are lying to Lebanese, to Russians about this war. Even they don't call this war as war. For them, it's so-called special operation. For them, it's like denazification or demilitarization. They are talking only about Donbass. This is only war for Donbass, but they are shelling, bombing the whole Ukraine, civilian people. And this blood of Ukrainian kids, it's already almost 90 children were killed in this war. Over 2,000 civilian people were killed. All this blood also is on the hands of Russian diplomacy, because now they are diplomats of lies. They lie to Lebanese mass media and to lie to the whole world, unfortunately.
سؤالي الأخير سعادة السفير، برأيك ماذا يحمل المستقبل لأوكرانيا والأوكرانيين في الفترة المقبلة؟
Yes, I'm very optimistic for Ukrainian future, because now we are very consolidated. We are united, all Ukrainian people, even Russian-speaking, together with Ukrainian-speaking people. And we are now like one great family of Ukrainians. And we have very strong support from the whole world. Take a look. All civilized world supports now Ukraine. We feel it in each day. In Europe, for example, you can see all capitals in blue and yellow colors. You can see how people are open for Ukrainian refugees in European countries. We have fantastic support from the United States, from Canada, from Japan, from Korea, from the whole world. And it means that there is a chance that right after military phase, we will start our new plan of Marshall's plan, I can say, and Ukraine will rebuild Ukraine with support of our friends. And I see this new, very modern, very smart Ukraine in the center of European Union, because there is a very clear picture, clear message from European countries that Ukraine very soon will become a part of European Union.
السفير الأوكراني في لبنان إيهور أوستاش، شكرا جزيلا لك على هذه المقابلة.